Ladies, gentlemen, boys, and girls, welcome to another episode of Metal Gear Mondays, the Games Club podcast where we talk about all things Metal Gear, top to bottom, left to right, inside and out. As always, I'm your host, Alessio Summerfield, and this week, I have the same fucking idiots that I have with me every week.
Yo!
What'd you expect?
That's pretty harsh.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Fuck down.
That's pretty.
Introduce yourselves.
I'm James, and I'm sad because Alessio's
I'm
a bully.
Sam. I'm Sam, and I'm mad that Alessio's a bully.
And I'm Isaac, and I'm indifferent.
I thought I was going to be like, and I'm glad Alessio's a bully. Jesus. Yeah, so it's been a great season. We've been covering the Peace Walker titles. We've been covering Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker. And it's been a while since we've done a listener roundup response episode. So we culled through a bunch of responses that we received. Thank you guys so very much. And picked some of the ones that we thought would make for some interesting conversations. And as always, please feel free to submit over Facebook, Twitter DM. You can message the @MetalGearMonday account with anything. Like you don't have to, like we don't have to follow you back for you to DM us. So feel free to DM us. And likewise, too, you can just email me at acsummerfield@gmail.com and I will get it. But yeah, so we've collected all those boys and we are ready to read some emails, Facebooks, Twitters, all that jazz. Real quick before we do that too, though, I wanted to make mention that we had a couple listener responses asking if we were ever looking for hosts. If you sort of guest hosts, if you are a listener who wants to be on the show, there's actually a Patreon tier for that to occur. I know in the past we kind of experimented with having people on, and primarily we want to sort of create a little bit of a funnel to curate that, just to make sure that we make sure that we get good representation on here, and we make sure that we have folks that have proper recording equipment and stuff like that. So, but yeah, let's get us started. Sam, do you want to take this first one?
Yeah. So we're doing Craven Knights here.
Good boy, Craven Knight, friend of the show, long-time listener.
Well, first off, we got, what's the shout out you have here?
Oh yeah, I just wanted to have a special shout out to Jeremy Greer of Days of Future Cast, which is an X-Men podcast, and of Bonfireside Chat, Rip in Peace, Bonfireside Chat, podcast fame. Jeremy, podcast with the Duck Feed TV guys, but we, every once in a while, we'll talk to each other on Twitter, and he's always really kind about sharing podcast stuff.
Nice. Thanks, Jeremy.
And I think, honestly, we probably have a bunch of listeners from Jeremy sharing Metal Gear Mondays.
Hell yeah.
So
Yeah.
I've asked him in the past if he wanted to be on the show as a guest, and I believe he told me he'd only played like one of the games all the way through, and it was like 3, and I think we had just finished covering 3.
He would have been perfect
well,
for Peace Walker.
Well, there
Primed
is
and
another Patreon podcast that we do.
That's true. That actually might be pretty cool to get him on for that. Delicious. Anyway, but yeah, so Craven Knight, good friend of the show. Very, very.
He's been on the show in the past.
Yeah, and very talented costume designer, action figure creator, super creative, awesome dude who also wrestles. So Craven's the shit. But anyway,
Craven Knight is his kayfabe name.
Yes, I don't think we know his real name, do we?
I don't
Did we
think
say
so
it on
either.
the show?
I think it's just. I don't think so, unless you did on the podcast. That I don't remember. But anyway, Craven writes in. Mr. Knight writes in. Hey, Alessio and MGM crew, I'm really digging the new episodes and format. Feels right breaking it up like this in seasons. Once again, I'm on a big MGS kick with making action figures and shirts, and even indulging in theory videos online. I was wondering if you have seen any of the YouTube videos theorizing that Death Stranding is a prequel to Metal Gear Solid 3. The channel, which is Python Sailcon HD, that's a weird name for something, believes Death Stranding's story involves the boss in the Sorrow and that the baby is possibly Ocelot, and the whole Konami and Kojima falling out is a ruse. It's ridiculous and overreaching, but fun to entertain as they analyze the trailers and MGS5 and PT content. Thanks for reading and take care. And he mentioned he's been in like action figure mode. and shirt mode. So he sent us. He makes like custom action figures and stuff like that. And he took a Captain America action figure and transformed it into Snake, Big Boss. Yeah, it is really dope. And then he made a Lalilulelo shirt and an Outer Heaven shirt.
Nice.
And a Cyborg Ninja action figure, and they're all very cool.
The cool thing about the action figures is that he's taking like Marvel Legends action figures of like Captain America and Iron Man and like repurposing them to be like that. Fucking Cyborg Ninja looks wonderful.
Yeah, right.
And that's an Iron Man.
That ninja's an Iron Man.
That's
figure,
crazy.
Yeah,
it looks really good.
it's super good. And yeah, the shirts are really
the
high
shirts
quality.
are fucking dope.
So,
Whoa.
Yeah. Anywho's it. Real quick, so I do want to respond to this question. So I'm a big fan of these Python Selkin boys on YouTube.
Alessio recently got me into them, and I'm now also very into it.
Yeah, so it's PythonSelkan.
Is it?
I'm looking at it right now.
Is
Sam.
it? Oh,
I'm not looking at the letter. I'm looking like at the actual YouTube.
Gotcha.
So it's PythonSelkanHD. So it's Python Selkin. Yeah, I don't know if I copied it over wrong. Sorry about that, Sam. In that thing. But they're actually two Italian guys from Milan, I think. And they do a ton of theory videos. So it's funny that you mentioned the theory videos because they actually did not do the Death Stranding prequel to Metal Gear theory. That's another YouTube channel. That one's like, I would honestly say that sounds too outlandish for them. Like Python Selkin go pretty outlandish. But most of their shit is like, is Death Stranding, Metal Gear Survive, and PT all connected? And so, like, they don't necessarily... Yeah, so it is a little conspiracy-ish, but it's pretty cool because they do reference a ton of real, like, hard-hitting... what's the word I'm looking for here? Like, interview quotes and articles and, like, a lot of...
Yeah, they go to a great length to connect all of the things that they're trying to connect, and it's a compelling case that they make for a lot of their stuff.
Yeah, some of it's crazy. Like there's before Metal Gear Solid 5, if you're interested, I would look into like the Phantom Pain theories that they've got. I don't want to say anything because it would probably spoil it. But they do go pretty hardcore to the point where like some of these videos are like fucking 2 hours long, with them trying to like point at citations and stuff. So I am not of the opinion that Death Stranding and Metal Gear Solid 3 are connected. But I could easily see some sort of connection between Death Stranding and previous Kojima games and the idea that PT Death Stranding, Silent Hills, and all this stuff is connected in any way bigger than just like iconography that Kojima is using, like the Kojima Konami thing being a ruse. There's like 85% of my rational brain that's like, that's bullshit. And then there's like 15% of my rational brain that's like, I really hope that that's the case and it'd be amazing and people's minds would be blown. But I don't know. Isaac, Sam, are you guys, do you guys give a shit about Kojima conspiracy theories?
I love Kojima conspiracy theories. Here's the thing about this is that, I think that it's not a thing, but if it was a thing, I kind of wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, right. It's crazy. Yeah. Well, and especially like if you look at the MetaGearSolid.org website and like the Kojima Code book, like the lengths at which Kojima like lied to Konami about the work that was happening on Metal Gear Solid 2, and like the lengths to which he like convinced them to do all these like fucked up marketing schemes and stuff, like. I think there's like a precedent that is set that like this man is crazy and can like convince Konami to do crazy things.
Yeah.
But it's just like it almost feels like a bridge too far.
Well, yeah, because it's like you're taking the conceit that like he had to convince them to disparage their own name over the course of many years.
Yeah, like would they go that far? And like I don't know, but they do have an interesting theory on here talking about our Kojima and Sony. And the actors from Death Stranding potentially working together to make a film outside of Death Stranding and connecting like a film component to Death Stranding as a game. And they actually cite like all kinds of really interesting interviews.
The Death Stranding cinematic universe.
Oh, shit. Yeah. So I don't know. Again, a lot of their stuff's really speculative, but I think they're pretty upfront about it being speculation stuff.
Right.
So
I like the idea of like the main character being, or it being around the boss and the Sorrow,
the baby.
and then the baby being Ocelot.
That would be.
But
that
it's
would
just
be
like
funny.
the setting just doesn't make any sense
yeah.
in that setup.
But yeah, if anybody's interested, every once in a while I'll post one of these Python Selkin HD videos to the Metal Gear Mondays page. I'm Nick Freda like makes fun of me all the time for even watching any of these fucking things.
No, these things are so good.
There is a bunch of like random like Assassin's Creed stuff on here too,
Yeah, even some God of War stuff.
and like I don't know, like
Yeah.
car shit.
It's,
Are they all
uh,
like super far reaching, or does it sort of like
No, they're pretty like some of them are grounded, and then at the very end will like say like, oh well, since we've proven these things,
Yeah.
then what about this?
Yeah.
And you're like, whoa, that's a little nuts. But like, there's interesting stuff to be seen in it.
right?
So yeah, I don't know. It's not Alex Jones level crazy cuckoo bananas, but it is like over enthusiastic fans
Yeah.
cuckoo bananas.
It's all really thought out though, and I think that like that's what separates it for me from like general conspiracy shit. Is like they cite their sources really, really well. It's cool.
Yeah. Slick. On to the next one. James,
Yeah.
would you like to read Matt Smith's baby email and then his much bigger email? And then
Yes.
we'll have Isaac take an older email from Matt that I wanted to include.
Yes. So this is from Matt Smith, and he says, "I need to get my Peace Walker response into today, but before I do, I had to send you this in case you haven't seen it." Then he links to a some sort of game rant link that we're opening now. It says, "Failed robbery made even funnier using Metal Gear Solid music."
Have you guys seen this video?
Yes, I remember watching this video. The video by itself is hilarious.
Have you seen
I
it?
have not seen it. No.
Hold on, I'm going to play it and I'm going to lower the volume. Keep talking,
Yeah.
Sam.
Yeah, it's just really good. It's like it's these robbers who are having like who are like trying to do something, like they're on some type of drug. At least the guy is, because he gets tased in there and just gets right the fuck back up. So something's wrong with him.
And it's using
yeah,
like
a lot of
classic
stuff
Metal Gear
happens.
Solid 1.
This is
Like,
really
what was
good.
that noise?
Yeah, they edited it with Metal Gear Solid sound effects and music, and it
Oh,
made
this is
it,
really
like,
good.
a billion times better.
It's beautiful.
Yeah,
Wow.
Isaac, have
So
you seen
Matt
this?
sent this to us.
I'm watching it right now.
So Matt sent this to us. Nick Freda also shared this with us as well.
That was
Yeah,
good.
I love the girl that just walks up too.
Oh my goodness.
Even the gun sounds. So like when they shoot the taser at the guy, it uses like the
Yeah.
pistol sounds from the.
That's really good.
At one point, so it's two robbers. The girl just like walks into the back of the building for some reason while no one's paying attention, and then she like
Well, she's
climbs.
trying to-
Yeah, what's going
Yeah,
on here?
she's trying to like. Well, she's trying to do some Solid Snake shit. She's trying to escape in the air ducts.
But yeah, but what is
And
she
that
even
doesn't
doing
work.
back there? Like,
Sneaking.
I don't understand what either of them are doing. Like, what are they looking for?
Well, the guy ran back there to like see if there was a back door, and she went back there
I love this.
to.
Oh my
to
god.
Also,
That's fucking
air vent.
hilarious.
So weird, dude. Yeah, I think so. It's in Canada. Is that right?
I'm
Yeah,
glad.
it's
I'm
in
glad
Canada.
the guard got help.
I love that while the dude's getting choked out.
Oh, jeez.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, she just hold on. She just fell
Oh my
through the.
God.
I love that she falls through the
She gets up
ceiling
so-
and then just gets up and
Whoa.
walks away like
and
everything's
just
cool.
Gets up. Yeah, they're on something. They have
Who's
to
that?
be.
Yeah, I don't know. I love the sound effect
Oh.
usage.
I can't believe how easily
Game
she got
over.
up.
Yeah, no, that's what I said. She gets up after that fall. He gets up after being tased. Like they're on something.
Being tased is one thing. Falling from the ceiling is a whole other.
Yeah, well, she slammed her back into like a
Have
shelf.
you ever been
I
tased
would've been
before,
down.
James? That shit puts you
being
down.
tased is fine.
Oh, get out of here.
No, it's not.
Anyway.
Have you been tased before?
I'm sure us watching a video and like autopilot talking just made for some very compelling podcast.
Yeah,
But it's
right.
pretty good. I'll include the link in the show notes for you guys to check out. It's pretty
Yeah.
great.
So here is Matt Smith's actual response. He says, "I'm excited for the Peace Walker season. I know it's one of, if not your favorite Metal Gear game. I don't have a lot of experience with the game or a whole lot to say about it, but I think the game's look and feel. Oh, you're moving. I think the game's looks and feels great. I love the story and the artwork. There's a lot of great things about this game. I've said it before, and it's so true. This game nailed the balance between the missions play and mother-based management, unlike MGS5. The bad thing about it is when I play it on a console, it's obvious that it was made for portable. I don't know if that's even a knock on it, it's just how it is. It reminds me of when you and Cameron would play certain games on your Vitas. It seemed like you guys would occasionally come across parts where not being on a console maybe lessened the experience a bit. To me, it feels way too easy. The missions seem kind of compact, like a bunch of VR missions. A lot of missions are just a few guards and crates between Snake getting from point A to point B. It doesn't have much of anywhere or anything to explore. The other thing I'm not a fan of is with the supply marker, I feel like it makes it really easy to just blast your way through a lot of areas, missions, and boss fights. Oh yeah, right when you're about to get it in the heat of a battle with a boss, you get to go back to the menu to prepare and change your loadout. Like I said before though, there's a lot to love about this game. I had a good time playing it solo. I imagine the co-op play would add even more to it. I guess my biggest gripes would be the difficulty, the point A to point B funneling, and being taken out of the moment right before the boss fights. I do have fun on the missions I can't be Snake being Red Lobster, as I call him.
Let me send a picture of Red Lobster.
And there's a picture of Red Lobster.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it's just an MSF dude named Lobster with like a red red fatigues on.
Yeah.
And whoa.
Whoa, Isaac.
What do you call this?
Real quick,
A little
Isaac.
mask.
Real quick,
What's up?
Isaac.
Okay.
Let's no, I thought you were jumping in to read that email like real quick. I was like, we gotta
I was
respond.
looking at Red Lobster.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Like some of the gameplay feels compact, and that's fine. I think that there was definitely a point where I was like, aside from like some of the bigger set piece ones, where I was like, okay, I kind of want to just like sneak by here real quick so I can get to the next cool fucking cutscene because the story's so good.
Yeah, and I think we talked about it a lot on the show too, on the show proper.
Yeah.
It's like once you can kind of come to terms with the fact that it's like this is how this game plays.
Right.
I think it just kind of you ease in.
What I will disagree with the boss battle thing. I kind of actually with the way the boss battles in this game are structured solo, I appreciated having the breather to prepare yourself for them.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Isaac.
And then the other thing too is like I get that. Sorry, I get like the supply drop can make the missions really easy if you are blasting through it. But the fact that they do the carry counts in this game, I think makes them in boss battles necessary. I don't think it makes the boss battles any easier.
Yeah, I guess they could have locked the supply markers out of non-boss battles. But
That would have been hell.
yeah, actually, would.
Literal hell.
Do you use supply marker? Did anybody use the supply marker outside of the boss battles?
No.
Not really.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. They would lock them for
I
non-boss
see what you're saying.
battles.
I thought you were saying the reverse. I was like, what? Ultra difficult. No.
Tie one hand behind your back. Isaac, read this older email from Matt. This came in like beginning of June, but I think it's super cool, and I wanted to use this as like a talking point.
Yeah. One thing real quick, what I was going to say was like, I agree with Matt that right before a boss fight, it like just takes you out of it so you can quote unquote prepare. But I agree that you kind of need to re-up your supplies, but I wish they would have done it more fluidly instead of like, oh, you're about to fight this boss, and then all of a sudden you're back at the base. I don't know how they would do it, but
Well, the crappy part is like if you do your loadouts for the sneaking mission beforehand, I don't know how you would then easily transition into boss battle mode, because it's like I got to change my outfit, I got to change my weapons, I got to call my mom, brush my teeth, like come on. But yeah,
again, I don't know how they would do it, but if it was more realistic, that would be primo.
I guess the way to do it would be to like give you access to all of your weapons and all of your outfits all of the time, like Metal Gear Solid 3. But then you would just have like this huge fucking inventory at all times.
Right.
But I don't know.
Anyway, we can move on if we want.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Well, thanks for your permission, Isaac.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. This is supposedly an older email from the same
Supposedly.
I think it's a conspiracy.
Isaac, what
Who
like
knows
on
where it
Python
actually came
All
Selkin?
listener responses.
Python
are
Selkin
from
video
Matt
next
Sanchez
week is
episode.
just like, is that really an old Matt email? Here's what we discovered.
He goes, and this is. I gotta read all this. All right, hey guys,
bro.
I need your help.
Jeez.
Well, it's quite long. My kids
It is.
love.
Well, let's see if you can actually read it.
Get out of here, Sam.
Ooh.
All right.
right.
Hold on. Context for James. So real quick, This is James's first listener response
Yeah,
episode.
y'all are fucking mean.
And there was an episode many moons ago where Isaac literally could not read through. Like, it took so
like
long, and he kept tripping through it, and we just all died laughing the whole time.
Yeah, it was like our second to last episode before we went on hiatus.
Reading's hard. I
Yeah.
get it.
And Isaac, long email. What kind of display you got? Because I'm reading this shit in 4K, and like I got the whole email in one
Jeez.
screen.
Oh.
Brag about it.
Jesus.
I just saw it go past another page, and I thought it kept on going, but it's just one line on the next page.
Oh, okay, all right.
All right, here we go. All
It's
right.
not even a whole page. It's at the bottom of this page.
Oh my God! Read the email.
All right,
I'm sorry, Matt. I'm trying to fight for your honor.
Matthew Smith. Here he goes. Hey guys, I need your help. My kids love video games. We're a gaming family.
That's awesome.
They're all into Minecraft, Fortnite, and Call of Duty, etc. I play with them a lot too because I love games as well. But they know when Dad kicks back to play on his own, he's playing Snake. That's what they call it. They all grew up around it. Now I sat down today with my 12-year-old and asked him to play Metal Gear Solid 1 with me. He was willing, and he had a decent time. I'm sure it's hard for somebody used to today's games to go back to those old graphics and controls, even though they're still pretty good. But he's 12, so it went as good as I could expect, I guess. I don't want to force anything on my kids. I don't want to be the old guy making kids watch Looney Tunes and shaking my fist telling them in my old voice, man. My old man voice. They're better than cartoons these days. But I would like to share this game with my oldest in hopes of explaining why I'm so obsessed with it, and in hopes that he enjoys it too, all the while gaining some perspective on how games have evolved and how key the Metal Gear series was in that. Sorry, guys. Anyways, to keep a long story short from getting longer, I was thinking about making my son a deal.
Hold on. Matt didn't have
not
any
what it said.
typos in there. That's not even what it said.
Yeah, there's been no typos. So that's all
Yeah,
I
Matt wrote a perfect email.
Yeah, perfectly legible and
So,
grammatically
hold on,
correct
direct
email.
quote.
Let me.
To keep a long story from getting longer, not to keep a long story short from getting longer.
All right, let me blow up this text real quick. I've got it.
Put my reading glasses on. Really, gotta make my tea and get my blanket real quick.
I could get my bifocals.
Let me call my son in here to read this to me.
All right. Anyways, to keep a long story from getting longer, I was thinking about making my son a deal. He plays through the Metal Gear games. It's summer break anyways, and I'll buy him a PS4, which he desperately wants for Fortnite. Ha! I haven't bought a PS4 yet because honestly, I've just been waiting for Death Stranding to come out to get one. So my question to you is, what games would you suggest I have him play through? I definitely want him to play through Metal Gear Solid 1 through 4, but to me it gets hairy when I think about it. 5. That takes some serious time, as can Peace Walker. Yes, that is very true. I know I always bother you guys for random kind of advice, but I got to bounce this stuff off my book club buddies.
Aww.
Any ideas would be appreciated.
What do you guys think?
I like it.
Like a
He should
full 2 months, or 2 months
Lock
after
him-
this.
Oh
lock
gosh.
him, lock him in a cage and just force him to poop socket.
Excuse me.
Yucky.
He's young enough where his constitution, he'll be able to bounce back, is what I'm saying.
This is true.
It's true.
Yeah, builds character.
I believe in my email response to Matt, I told him that this sounded like a great idea, and that if I was a 12-year-old, I would have loved this. Like, if my dad sat me down and was like, play a shit ton of video games so I can
Yeah,
buy you
right.
more video games, I'd be like,
Yeah,
okay.
right? What a deal.
Woo! So A, you already get cool dad points.
Yeah.
B, I think the 1 through 4 approach probably makes sense. Honestly though, like, you could probably, No, I guess, yeah, 1 through 4, I think makes sense. And then what I would do is buy the PS4 for Ground Zeroes and Peace Walker. Or, excuse me, Ground Zeroes and Phantom Pain.
Yeah.
And then, like, maybe just, like, you guys sit together and watch a video on Peace Walker, or, spoiler alert, maybe make him listen to this on Peace Walker.
Yeah. Ooh. You can do that.
But yeah, I agree. Peace Walker is really fucking long.
Peace Walker is long.
Yeah, because 1 through 4, each of the games is only like between like 7 and 12 hours.
Yeah, that's crazy. It's a good size for a game.
So
Yeah, I love that's the deal that he's making. It reminds me of how I got a PlayStation 2. My dad also made a deal with me, but his deal was, hey, I'm going to go to the casino tonight. If I win, I'll buy you a PlayStation 2.
Oh my god. It's kind of amazing.
hell yeah,
actually.
that's great. Did he win?
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah, so that's awesome. I think Metal Gear Monday's Dad of the Year award goes to Matt Smith.
Absolutely. That's awesome.
So yeah. Also, Matt, since you wrote in with this Peace Walker shit from before, why don't you just sit your child down and you have a good old oral history storytelling session, and you just tell him what Peace Walker was about. Because you're playing through it right now. Tell him about Red Lobster.
Fumbling in the dark with Matthew Smith.
That's great. So yeah, thank you, Matt. I'll take this one real quick. Ethan Pearson via Twitter says, "Hey guys, I'm a big fan of the show, and I'm so glad you guys are back. I actually started listening to your show last May, and when I finally caught up to the most recent episode, it turned out to be the Long Goodbye episode. Fast forward almost a year, and I decided to go back and listen to some old episodes, and to my surprise, there's a brand new episode sitting there. It has definitely made my Mondays better and got me excited about going back and playing through the Metal Gear series again. As far as Peace Walker goes, I feel like it is an amazing game that gets lost in the shuffle for me because it was on the PSP and I couldn't play it till years later when they remastered it for the PS3. I compare it to another series I really like, Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep.
Fuck yeah.
Both games were excellent once I got to play them, but because I couldn't play them at the time they came out, they kind of lost the nostalgia that the mainline series had. Anyway, thanks for all you do, guys. Have a good one. Sam, tell me more about this Birth by Sleep comparison, because I do want to play this game at some point.
It's very similar. Birth by Sleep was a pretty critical prequel.
Wow.
Game.
Yeah, isn't it like the fucking story that leads into Kingdom Hearts 3?
Yeah,
It actually just is a beat by beat remake of Peace Walker, but with Disney characters.
Yeah, that's all it is. No, it's if you take all of the Kingdom Hearts games and line them up in sequence, Birth by Sleep is the first game in the sequence.
What? That's crazy.
So it's
Yeah,
the
that's what I've heard.
It's the prequel to the whole series, and it was released on the PSP, much like Peace Walker was. It wasn't numbered, so like Peace Walker, probably a lot of people, casual and mainline, didn't play it. And then they did these HD collections from Kingdom Hearts, and they remastered the game and put it on PlayStation 4. So it's a very, very similar scenario to Peace Walker.
Is there a way to play Birth by Sleep? It's on the HD 2.5, isn't it?
Yeah, it's in HD 2.5, and then they released a full collection of 1.5 plus 2.5.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, I think I'm going to get that 1.5 plus 2.5 HD on PS4, and I'm probably just going to give James my 1.5 PS3 copy of all the Kingdom Hearts shit.
Nice.
Since he's right here.
Thank you. Well, that's very kind of you.
It sucks that the 2.8 content's not on that complete PS4 collection. It's like I don't want to buy a complete collection and then buy a separate game for an additional $40.
Yeah. But the thing about it is though, it's like 2.8 has the direct prequel to 3, and it also has the more recent DS remaster on it, so it's kind of worth the
that's true.
Are those games good?
Yeah.
Should I check those games out?
Kingdom Hearts are great.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I'm going to give you this 1.5 thing because it's it's Kingdom Hearts 1. It's Chain of Memories that was the sequel to 1 that came out on Game Boy.
I was a kid.
So the Chain of Memories was a Game Boy Advance card game, but they redid it with better graphics specifically for the collection.
That's interesting.
And then there's a film version of what's the game, Sam?
Oh my god!
Isn't
Kingdom Hearts.
It's
358 Days Over 2.
Yeah, so the DS game, they just made it into like a 2-hour movie for you to watch or something. But it's cool. So like, yeah, if you play the 1.5 collection and then play the 2.5 collection, it's like everything you need to know up until 3.
Wow.
Essentially, and then the 2.8 thing on PS4.
Okay.
Yeah, the 2.8 collection, the 3DS game on there is like the game that is right before 3. So
Which one is that? Is it
it'll
Dream
have the
Drop?
most.
That's interesting.
Yeah, Dream Drop Distance. It was originally called Dream Drop Distance for 3DS, and then it's just.
Oh, I get it. I just
3D
got it.
or
3Ds. Dream Drop Distance.
Ah.
Dang.
It's good. But yeah.
3 dudes sitting.
Wow. No, I enjoy Kingdom Hearts. I think it's definitely one of those things though where it's like I kind of have to just like casually take my time playing through them.
Yeah.
Because like I liked the first one enough to like I hit level 99 and got like all the dope shit.
Wow.
And I think I almost got all the trophies when I beat it.
I just remember getting really frustrated with like the gummy ship levels.
Yeah, the gummy
Shit.
ship sucks, but they update it in 2. Like Kingdom Hearts 2, I've heard
Nice.
is like legitimately
They're
the best in the series.
Wow.
Kingdom Hearts 2 took everything that was good about Kingdom Hearts 1, kept it, and then made all the bad things better.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So and 3 comes out soon.
Allegedly,
Yep,
right?
January.
Yeah, is it?
January
There's a-
29th.
Wow. Damn. That's nuts.
Yeah, there's finally a date.
Wow. Welcome to the future, guys.
We have Final Fantasy 15. We have Last Guardian. Kingdom Hearts 3 is almost coming out, dude. Like the rapture can happen in the next year because we got
true.
everything we need.
Well, no, we haven't gotten
Death
Half-Life 3
Stranding.
yet.
Ah, fuck.
Fuck Half-Life
Yeah,
3.
you're right. I'm gonna let me read this tweet from Kevin real quick. Kevin, aka at KevCot, KEVKOT 12 via Twitter. Thank you, Kevin. By the way, I could never figure out the pause side mission. She plays Big Boss hard to get. I like that.
Oh my god.
That's funny.
Yikes.
That's funny.
I don't get it.
Thank you, sir. So Big Boss, Big Boss was also the like Big Boss hard mode is like a difficulty setting in the Metal Gear series.
Ah.
Ho,
That's funny. Good joke.
I'll read this next one,
Yep.
shall I?
absolutely.
This is from Tori Cortez via email. Tori says, just found your podcast maybe a month ago via mention from another podcast, The Foxcast, and breezed right through the Snake Eater episodes. Sorry to say, I'm another fan of Snake Eater over Sons of Liberty. Don't be sorry, Tori. That's
yeah, it's
totally
fine.
fine.
You can have your opinion because
Yeah.
you're a human and we like people.
You're a human. You're presumably an adult human with agency, so you can have opinions, and they're perfectly valid.
Yeah. Also, spoiler alert, because I've discovered this about myself every time we record episodes. I think my favorite Metal Gear changes every time I sit down at this microphone. So, because I there are just things that I love about all of them. I think, but
Where are you at with Survive?
get out of here. That doesn't count.
Anyway, Tori continues. Although Sons of Liberty was my introduction to the series, and I'll always have a love for that game. After the MGS3 episodes, I went back to the start and devoured the MGS1 and 2 episodes. I love what you guys do, and I'm grateful to finally listen to in-depth conversations about the best series known to video games. Dang.
Hell yeah. What up?
I was a little bummed at the quick pace of the MGS1 coverage, so I was just wondering if you would consider covering the Twin Snakes and go into more detail this time. Also, I know you're well, let's camp on that for a
Yes.
second. We
Sure, we will.
we well, do you want to? We have addressed in the past on the show that we also are bummed about the quick pace of MGS1 coverage.
Yeah. So
And
yeah. So one of the things that we eventually want to get to, and I was gonna like treat it like a nice little savory snack to pull out of our back pockets and be like, "We love you. Here was what we're doing." But
who made that? Who made those munching sounds?
That's James.
It's not
That's
Isaac.
James.
Oh.
Whoa. Why are you
did it-
assuming me?
I did it at the same
You
time. I did
you make
both.
weird noises.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
But one of the things that we're just kind of planning on is like once we finish covering 5 and some of the other stuff that we've got planned, the goal is for like early next year to sort of do like an HD remaster
Yeah.
of the podcast.
Of the
And so when James plays them for the first time, we will talk about them. I don't think we will break them up in as much depth as we have before, but we're
Yeah.
definitely going to do at least a Twin Snakes dedicated, like, full-blown episode.
Because at one point we released an episode like a celebrating getting 100 likes on the Facebook page.
Yeah.
episode.
I think
It
it's
was
still
like
on the
a real
feed.
Goofy. It is, yeah. It was just this real goofy thing we recorded while me and Isaac were both in St. Louis with Alessio. So we'd like to do that seriously, and then hopefully these rumors of Blue Point remaking Metal Gear Solid will come true, and we'll be able to do that.
Yep. But yeah, so we're gonna redo MGS1, and I feel very much in my older age that Metal Gear Solid 1 and Metal Gear Solid 2 are of a piece. So like, it does kind of bum me out, Tori, to hear that you just played Sons of Liberty first without having played MGS1, because I almost kind of feel like you can't play 2 without having played 1 first. Not from like a, oh, you just won't get it, but like from a 2 exists to prey off of the expectations you have coming into it after 1.
True.
Yeah, it's very much they
It's like a
themes.
gotcha.
Yeah, like the theme of the whole game is just like, LOL, it's 1 again, but with a twist. But yeah, so case in point, Too Long Did Not Read, we are going to like HD remasterify the early coverage.
a podcast.
Yeah.
How do you HD remaster a podcast?
But it won't be
Well,
like
it's definitely
long-
like
Add
the
a
sound
James
quality's
to
gonna
it.
be
That's
better,
how.
so-
Yeah, you get James on it.
Oh man.
What'd you say, Sam? I'm sorry.
I said, I mean, the audio quality is probably going to be better.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, that
Anyway.
yeah.
Anyway, also, I know your feelings on the Phantom Pain, but could you give your listeners who haven't played it yet, myself included, a brief rundown, tips, etc. Maybe as a side off, even spoilers.
Yeah.
I'm hesitant to start the game because I love the main story so much, and it sucks that the Phantom Pain doesn't include much story. But I can't not play, right? I'd be interested to hear your thoughts on it before starting that lengthy endeavor. Thanks for all of the quality entertainment. I know I'm pretty late to the game and listening to your show, but it's really helped me get through my dull day job. Also, sorry for the long email. Don't apologize for long emails. We love it. Tori, one of your few female listeners? Probably.
Yep.
I know we have.
We always talk about it.
Yeah, I know we have or had one in the past.
So we've now been able to confirm 2 women have listened
two
to this show.
confirmed female listeners.
It's you guys are getting there.
Yep.
Yeah.
What's
P.S. The president needs you, I think.
Yep. I love that line.
Thank you, Tori.
I love that.
Very much.
Nice.
Yeah, and I think just to address that stuff too, I think what we'll do is the first extra op that we do between Peace Walker and the movie season will probably just be us talking about Phantom Pain tips.
Yeah.
Because
Got a lot of
spoiler
tips
alert,
for ya.
James started playing already.
And I am liking it.
Yep. Also, spoiler alert, the feelings that I had on the Phantom Pain, I don't necessarily still have, but I still don't feel great about it. So,
A lot of-
I'm really excited. I've said
Complicated
this
feelings.
a couple times already, but I'm very excited to play Ground Zeroes and Phantom Pain again with context from Peace Walker,
oh yeah.
yeah,
because I think you miss a lot if you haven't played Peace Walker before.
for sure.
So
So,
that's just, you get a bonus tip for free. Play Peace Walker
yeah,
or listen to our Peace Walker episodes.
exactly.
One of the two.
I hope Tori enjoys the Peace Walker episodes. James, do you want to read Dave? I need to confirm this real quick. So, it's always been David, right?
Yeah, it's been David. David
Okay.
Lydon.
Lydens.
Ludens.
Yeah, so in the past, every time David's written in, it's always been David. But whenever I looked at his email and his Twitter and his Facebook, recently everything just says Dave.
Yeah.
So Dave, you're going through a rebrand,
Go
my
through a little
friend.
bit of a rebrand.
I'm tipping my hat, and from now on, you will be Dave.
All right. So
Unless you tell us not to call you Dave, in which case it's fine.
Yeah.
Either way.
You can be Dave, and I'll be Hal. That's how it'll work out.
wow.
Oh no.
So
You can be my David. I can be your long lost Hal.
That's real good.
Thank you.
So, via Facebook, Dave Lyden says, anyone else fanboy casting whatever this Metal Gear movie turns out to be? All I want is Paul Anderson as some form of Ocelot. Any other fun choices out there?
So real quick,
Yeah, let's camp out on that for a second before we move into his
Yeah.
also via email.
I gotta post. Nope, that's not the right one.
Wow, nice.
Yeah, somebody in the
gotta post a
Facebook
picture.
post about that.
No, so that was David.
Well, yeah, I know, but like, it wasn't David that like did all these really cool fan castings, right? Or was it?
Oh yeah, there was some
somebody-
posting. Let me pull that up real quick. So amongst yourselves,
I'm on the page right now.
oh, you got it. Okay, cool. I think as far as casting people goes, like, I've discovered in my older age that I'm really bad with actor names.
Yeah.
But
Describe him to me.
I feel like if this is like a dream cast, like if this is like perfect cast, my fanboy casting would be to have fucking Daniel Day-Lewis be in it somehow.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how.
It doesn't matter how. He's fucking wonderful.
You want David Hayter in it, right? Like,
I feel like David Hayter would have to be in it, but I feel like you couldn't make David Hayter like the primary cast.
Yeah.
Because I just like
he couldn't be Snake.
if we want this film to transcend video game films and have like
Yeah.
a serious cast that people take seriously, I love you to death, David Hayter, but I don't know if we could like
I think
make
you
you
could pull it
solid
out.
Snake and have it like
be taken.
yeah.
I believe in him. Yeah. So this Paul Anderson thing would be fucking. I mean, that's a good look.
Yeah, he looks great.
Yeah, Paul Anderson would be a good
Trying
Ocelot.
to
I
think of
found
who
the
would
post here.
Who would play Miller?
Oh, who would play Miller? Dude, so Perfect World, I
Tom
think
Cruise.
80s Val Kilmer would play Miller.
Oh, 80s Val Kilmer would be a great Miller.
Also, if we ever get David Hayter on this show, I hope he never listens to the comment that I just made about how he would detract from
I think Tom Cruise would be a good Miller.
Tom Cruise would probably be pretty good.
Yeah.
It depends on what part of Metal Gear this movie
That's
would
true.
be on.
That's true.
I'm trying to think. What's the cast that was on Facebook, Sam?
So, a listener by the name of Barry Lynn Neal posted a couple people in the comments. I agree with some, not all.
Oh yeah, my boy.
yeah.
When I knew Barry Lynn Neal, I believe it was just Lynn. Lynn and I have worked together in the past.
Really?
So it's nice to see him enter the fold and
Nice.
start listening to the show. So thanks, Lynn.
Yeah. So he's got Frank Grillo as Snake, Scott Wilson as the End, Thomas
kinda
Lemarquis as the Sorrow. And I don't know who any of those people aside from Frank Grillo are. Here's where he lost me a little bit. Mel Gibson as Campbell.
Whoa! What?
That'd be crazy.
And then Ben Foster as Colonel Volgan.
It's crazy. I feel like these people. So I think James Woods would be a cool Volgan. I don't know why. He'd have to like bulk up.
Yeah. Big time.
I don't know why, but like I just can't. I can't not see these characters as who they are in the games.
Yeah.
Like if I try and like map them to a
person,
real
it
life
just doesn't
human,
work.
it just
Yeah.
like feels weird. Particularly MGS3 Ocelot, because
Yeah.
he looks of a very interesting nationality mix in the game.
Yeah.
Like he looks like part Asian, part Eastern European, part
Yeah.
American. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Something to be said about games don't need to be movies. I know.
That's true.
You have iconic characters. Maybe let them live. You know.
That's true. I'm trying to think real quick. Jeremy Irons, I feel like could be somebody cool.
Yeah. One of the Skarsgårds could probably be in it.
Oh, that's a good point.
Probably.
One of the Skarsgårds would totally. So let's think about this. Metal Gear Solid 1 cast. I think that's probably going to be the more realistic thing.
Yeah.
I think this guy, Paul Anderson as Ocelot, would be perfect for MGS1.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think of like the other cast members. Like Psycho Mantis, you get one of the Skarsgårds, particularly
Yep.
the one who just played Pennywise or
Yep.
something in there.
Definitely.
Perfect.
That's Bill. I think.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think. Did you get? It sucks because I think it would totally detract from the tone because this motherfucker can't be in a movie without like all eyes on him. But Dwayne the Rock Johnson might be a pretty cool Vulcan Raven.
Oh.
Oh my god!
But you know that
that's true.
Yeah.
Well, he'd ask for too much money for what is essentially a bit part.
Yeah, and if he's in it at all,
Yeah, it would suddenly be about that character.
just be about him, and it's like get the fuck
That
out
would
of
be
here.
good.
I'm trying to think of some other folks.
Probably throw Peter Stormare in there somewhere.
Somebody put together.
Of course,
like
Mads Mikkelsen would be in it.
Oh, for sure. I feel like Mads Mikkelsen would have to be Liquid Snake
Yeah.
or some shit.
Probably, yeah.
I feel like somebody put together an image of like side by side, like what the best real life. Let me see if I can find something. Who do you,
You
guys?
know who I think would be like a randomly good Kaz?
Who?
Michael Fassbender.
Oh yeah, I love
Oh,
Michael
yeah.
Fassbender. Oh, you know who would actually be a pretty good fucking Snake?
Nikolai Coster-Waldau.
Our
Jamie
dude-
Lannister.
Yeah, Jamie Lannister would fucking be a great Snake.
Ah,
Would he not?
okay.
Would be a pretty good.
Okay.
He would be a pretty good snake.
Hugh Jackman would actually be a pretty like pitch perfect like facial
Yeah.
match to Snake. I think also like a real young Russell Crowe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I think we talked about this. We talked about this in I can't remember which episode. I think it was like our part 3 episode of Peace Walker. But John Bernthal would be an interesting Snake. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Who the hell is this woman? Somebody put like a real life photograph of a woman next to the boss, and it looks like fucking spot on. I don't know if she's an actress though. I think honestly, if they were making a movie, it'd be pretty easy to cast some of the more like cartoony people. Oh, so the boss is 100% modeled after English actress Charlotte Rampling. So like the boss, I feel like would be a really hard character to cast because she has a very specific.
Oh, I can kind of see like, well, maybe not. I was thinking of, I'm blanking on her name. She was the director in Annihilation, the movie.
Oh, she's also in Twin Peaks: The Return.
Yeah.
Oh, she's in Hateful Eight. She's the woman who gets bashed around in Hateful Eight.
Yeah.
What's her name?
I think she could pull it out.
Her name is Jennifer Jason Leigh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think she'd be great. Who would you guys think would play Meryl well? The chick who played Natasha in Goldeneye, or whatever her name was.
Yeah.
Scarlett Johansson.
Oh no.
Ooh.
No.
No, even though everybody hates her, I don't want her in movies.
No, I love Scarlett Johansson, but I think like she's just in too many fucking things.
Yeah. You know who I think would be? You know what? Let's cast Falcon Raven as Jason Momoa.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Oh, that'd be good. I like how
Khal Drogo.
I'm looking at like actors' faces. I like how literally Troy Baker's face is just Revolver Ocelot's face in MGS5.
How can we cast Sean Bean in this movie?
Sean Bean.
Yeah, where'd Sean Bean go?
Sean Bean would.
That's Shane Bean.
Oh, I know. Here's the only person you could cast him as. Sean Bean would have to be Decoy Octopus
Yes.
because then he would die, and he would die instantly and like off camera, like. But he would be in flashbacks, and it'd be perfect. I'd be like, look, it's Sean Bean.
You know who I think would be a good Colonel Campbell?
Who?
Bryan Cranston.
Bryan Cranston would be a phenomenal
Ooh.
Colonel Campbell. That is a very good
Let's do
pick.
Bryan Cranston. Let's
I
put
like
Bryan
that.
Cranston in this movie.
I like that. Somebody said that Tom Hardy would make for a good Snake. I could see it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I
Except
can
he's
see it.
not a good actor, but
He doesn't do his voice
yeah.
good.
Have you seen the Venom trailer? It's real bad.
Oh, really?
You
I still
work for
haven't seen it.
bad people.
He doesn't know how to talk. He doesn't know how to use his voice.
No, he can't speak like a human.
It's weird.
Oh, straight up. Sam, you're absolutely right. There is somebody did a fan cast on DeviantArt of who they think would be who, and Bryan Cranston is their Colonel Campbell.
Fuck yeah.
They also have a couple other people on here. I'm pretty fucking sure that let me see. For Colonel Campbell, they said Bryan Cranston. I agree with that. For Naomi Hunter, they said Rebecca Hall from Iron Man 3 and Transcendence.
Oh yeah.
She'd be great.
She
She
would be
looks
great.
perfect. For Mei Ling, they were saying Liu Yifei from the Forbidden Kingdom.
Not familiar.
I'm not familiar. And then Natasha Romanenko, they were saying Anne-Marie Duff from Notes on a Scandal, Shameless UK, and several Shakespeare plays.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, visually, these people are perfect.
Who would play Matt Smith? Not Matt Smith. Matt Campbell.
Matt Campbell. I think we get Matt Smith. We got to get Matt Smith to play Matt Campbell.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Matt Smith got played
No,
Matt
we got to
Smith.
get Liquid Metal Mike in here somewhere. Oh, Liquid Metal Mike is the concept artist. He's going to do all the storyboards, and he's going to do it on Sharpie on his welder's bench.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
So God bless you, Liquid Metal Mike. So let's read this email from
Okay.
Dave.
So
Dave
also via email from Dave Lyden. Okay,
Lydon?
so
Lyden?
where to begin on Peace Walker? For posterity, I played this on Xbox 360, which probably doesn't play as well as PSP with the bite-sized missions. I also played this for the first time as part of a chronological time playthrough, Snake Eater to Guns of the Patriots. Still working on that. I think it helped dramatically to play Snake Eater right before, since for Snake, Peace Walker is mostly him mourning the loss of the boss. It is her voice and the completely ludicrous theory she may still be alive that pulls him through the story. However, in the end, he pulls an about face and decides to do the opposite as she has done. Snake, he is the gun, and boss surrendered. I was shocked to see this come about, but makes sense from the Ultimate Soldier's perspective. I was not enjoying the boss's death dragging on and on in the next chronological game, but the surprising divide was enjoyable and helped Snake on his path. P.S. Heaven's Divide, better than the Snake Eater. CQC me, bro.
I love it. I love it.
I disagree, but you know.
Yeah, so
opinions.
I will CQC you, bro.
yeah. So Isaac showed up to my house, and so this is a perfect time to slot in this story about this music that Isaac showed up to my house with, because I've been trying to figure out where the fuck we would include this. So Isaac showed up to my house with a weird, like, it was like a vinyl record case, and it had like liner notes, and it had like a gatefold that opened up just like a record. But inside, you'd pull a cardboard record out, and the center of the cardboard record was actually a CD. And the CD was from E3 2003, I think, when Snake Eater was coming out.
Nice.
Right around when 3 came out.
And all that was on the disc was like a Peace Walker like remix, or excuse me, Snake Eater remix.
Oh, nice.
And it's so fucking dope. I
It's so
love it.
good.
So I'm gonna actually cue it right here.
I give my
Just part of it, but then it'll be underneath us talking right now. So
Let's
yeah.
keep it going.
Oh yeah, it's fantastic.
Oh yeah, keep queuing it, baby. Keep
But yeah, so I don't know. I think Heavens Divide's a little too dramatic.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Heavens
do you call
Divide. Like it's just like I feel like everything should be on fire for that whole song.
Yeah, right?
But no, it's great. Dave, I like how you dodged telling us what you thought about Peace Walker. Not like I dig it, but you didn't really give us like a thumbs up or a thumbs down. But yeah, I would agree. I think it could easily feel like the boss's death being dragged on and on and on, and I could definitely see that. I think for us, it probably didn't feel that way because we had such a big gap between 3 and
well, and I think
Peace Walker.
I don't know, to a certain extent though, like I do like see the story like perspective of like that death has to drag out. Like people have like these capstone moments in their life that like irrevocably changes them, and like that's a moment that changes this character.
This was Snake's.
Like
yeah.
he's always going to come back to that moment. So like I think it kind of makes sense that it drags on. But I can see how like with the way that like the rest of these games have come out, like you kind of want new shit every time and like new encounters and like you don't want everything to drag. Yeah,
For sure.
I loved it.
Dope. I'm going to read this last one. Daniel Lee Curon. Oh, go ahead. Sam?
Do you think I should read it based on the ending of it?
Oh, yeah. Go for it. I didn't see that.
I mean, you can go ahead. I'd
no,
be
no.
interested in seeing how you.
Oh, no.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh.
I'm gonna step on a landmine is what I think is going to happen.
You want to do it?
Sure. Daniel Lee
Do it.
Curon via Facebook. Curon?
Curon.
Curon.
Alfonso Cuarón.
Hey guys, glad you did Revengeance. We sure did. Mistral's Kiss and Raiden's reaction is a reference to Sniper Wolf's love letter comment in Metal Gear Solid, which is a reference to David Lynch's Blue Velvet. When I read this for the first time, it blew my fucking mind, you guys. This is me. This is editor note.
Is that true?
No, I could totally see it. So when Sniper Wolf, she also makes the comment, and Mistral's Kiss also makes the comment, but watching Blue Velvet not that long ago with James, fucking Dennis Hopper's like, I'm going to send you a love letter, like a bullet from my gun, straight to your heart, motherfucker, or like whatever the line is.
Yeah,
dude, it was
that's the
so
line.
good. And like when I read that, I was just like, oh, you are totally right. So I'm going to pull the line up actually now so I can do it justice. Blue Velvet, bullet, comment, or bullet line. Oh, it's so good. All right, let me see if I can find it. Yeah, so Frank Booth is his name. And I've got it right here. Have you guys seen Blue Velvet, Sam?
I haven't.
I haven't.
So Blue Velvet is the story of a young Boy Scout-esque boy. Kyle MacLachlan is playing the straight-laced kid. He finds the severed ear of a human in a field, gets a little weirded out by it and decides to investigate some apartments nearby, and then gets in this weird scenario where he's like being a pervert and creeping on Isabella Rossellini, and then like having to be evading a weird Dennis Hopper psycho guy. It's super cool. But anyway, Frank Booth says, don't be a good neighbor to her. I'll send you a love letter. Straight from my heart, fucker. You know what a love letter is? It's a bullet from a fucking gun, fucker. You receive a love letter from me, you're fucked forever. You understand? Fuck. I'll send you straight to hell, fucker. It's a phenomenal scene. Yeah,
Wow.
I absolutely have got to watch that movie. It's so good. Anyway, also, I was happy Raiden got a standalone title, though it's not canon. Daniel continues. Also, because you boys keep talking about it, and I've never played them. When I finish my Sons of Liberty replay, I'm starting with the Zone of the Enders HD collection. Thank you for doing the Lord's work, and it was good to hear the famous doesn't have a twit return. Remember, boys, there's mines there. That's
Pretty good.
my try. I literally had to
That's pretty good.
extend my jaw to do it. As far as the Zone of the Enders,
Wait, let me before you.
Oh,
let me give
Sam.
them what they really came
in
in
there.
for. Remember, boys, there's mines there.
that's good.
There you go. Mwah.
For the Zone of the Enders HD collection, I just want to say go into it knowing that Zone of the Enders 1 is extremely short and not very good. B, go into it knowing that Zone of the Enders, the second runner, is the best of the two. And you should go into it knowing that Zone of the Enders, the second runner, is about to get a PS4 completely rebuilt, like 4K VR-enabled re-release.
Zone of the Enders, like Mars Volta or whatever.
Yeah, literally like in a month or something. So just take that for what it is, Daniel. But thank you for your letter, and thank everybody for all of their letters. You guys are the best.
Yay!
I love
You guys
these.
rock. Thank you.
Yeah, keep them coming, please. Again, Twitter, Facebook page, or acsummerfield@gmail.com.
Letters.
Hey, this is Alessio from the future chiming in to the past.
Hey, we're here too, man.
and everybody else.
Spooky future ghost.
We had some last minute entrants to the listener responses, and we were just going to go ahead and re-record to
The whole thing.
The whole thing.
The whole episode.
The whole season.
Yep, the whole everything. No,
We had a stenographer script it out for us and everything.
Thank God.
we were gonna re-record to mention that we are now on Spotify,
Boom.
Woo, woo, woo. And
Google Play,
Google
Music,
Play.
Yeah, buddy.
and like every other platform. So
Yeah.
we finally did it. We did it, you guys. But yeah, before we get into all the excitement at the end of the episode, we do have some additional people who wrote in, including patrons. So thank you for your support. Typically, we're not going to be doing this moving forward, or we're going to just like keep adding people to episodes.
Otherwise, we'd never release an episode ever again.
Yeah, exactly. So
And
what?
you wouldn't want that.
Would you?
Or would you? Maybe
I don't
you do.
understand
I
what's
don't know.
going on. We're all completing each other's sentences tonight. What we are going to do, though, is from now on, we're going to have a sanction to get your shit in by this day that stays stationary every single month, no matter what. And that's just going to be the date that I check to compile responses for response episodes. So starting from now on, when you're listening to this, which will more than likely be at some point in the next 2 weeks of this, I think the 27th. So as of the 27th of August, every month on the 15th, I will be checking inboxes and compiling things into Google Documents for episodes.
Yeah.
If you submit on the 16th, don't be upset. We might be recording late. We'll probably include it anyway.
Maybe.
Or if we're not, what we're going to do is that's just going to go straight into the bucket for things that we read on the
We'll find you later, baby bird.
on the following. So, and because of that, every season, including seasons that I didn't already schedule to have listener responses, will more than likely have a listener response episode to them.
We're getting listens
So it's going to be good.
and ers.
I love this like ongoing through
James as
line
hype
that-
man. Yeah.
Yeah, James is Alessio's hype man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've noticed on the last few episodes that James also did that.
Yeah, I was
like
listening
one
to it.
word.
It's just like James has like, damn, got him. Hell yeah.
Start doing like the end of your sentences like they do at rap concerts.
Oh, yeah. It'd be amazing.
Amazing.
All right. So without
Lambo.
I just thought of an amazing Transformer Star Wars crossover. It'd be Lambo Calrissian.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
All right, before we get into the meat of these potatoes. That's not how you say that. Sam, tell us what you're reading. We're gonna read these. Split them
We're
up.
gonna read these. Oh damn. I'm reading a message from Sam Whitaker. Great name.
Whitaker.
Oh, the
I
Whitaker
agree.
family. Yeah, they're great.
Yeah, the Whitaker.
Damn it, James.
The Whitakers. We got this via Facebook, and Sam Whitaker is actually a new $10 patron. So thank you,
Thank
Sam.
you, sir.
Incoming codec call. Hey, boys. Congrats on being my second ever podcast listened to and first ever Patreon subscription.
Whoa, dude.
That's
1 out of 2.
nuts.
1 out of 2.
Nice.
1 out of 2 ain't bad. I'll take
50% of the
the
time.
one.
Hey,
Yeah, I'll take the one.
heads up, podcast producers everywhere. If you get Sam to listen to your podcast, you could flip a coin and he might give you money.
Oh my god.
But thank you, Sam. I love you to death. I'm totally just being an ass.
Yeah, it's great. I started my Metal Gear Solid Mania with 3 Snake Eater and immediately fell in love with Big Boss, the real OG, and his story. Solid Snake felt a little whiny in his non-idealistic mission to ruin everyone else's shit, whereas I mean, okay, I'm with it.
Not wrong.
Whereas Big Boss had real character development and a drive
Damn.
to change things in such a huge arcing saga.
Damn.
Then the whole Liquid and Solidus thing was a bit of Kojima overload for me. I've completed 3 Inside and Out Stealth and Chaotic PS2 and PS3. It was a serious defining moment for me as both a gamer and now a Metal Gear fan. Yet to delve into 1 or Peace Walker Portable Ops, but 2, 4 Ground Zeroes, and half of 5 are securely under my belt. Point is, Big Boss forever. I want to point out here, whenever he says Big Boss, he underlines boss.
Hell yeah.
It's just like really put like some emphasis behind the
I
fact
also
that
want
he's
to
the big-
acknowledge how great it's going to be when inevitably everything comes back together and they put out a mashup of every game ever released and call it MGS Mania.
Oh, no.
Ready for it?
Oh, I love it.
Is it like Sonic Mania?
It's absolutely like Sonic Mania.
I hope so.
It's coming.
Anyway, point is, Big Boss forever. Enough about me and on to you guys. I've just started a new admin job and being halfway done with Metal Gear Solid 5. I searched Metal Gear in my podcast app. Didn't see that coming, did ya? And found you guys. I've just finished. It surprised the fuck out of me. I'm going to be real. Spoiler alert.
You mean through all the single episodes of like IGN and all these other random podcasts, you found little old us?
Boom.
Little old us.
Got him.
Spoiler alert. That's how most people find our podcast.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, I found you guys. I've just finished Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater episodes, and I'm completely blown away by the level of accuracy and diversity of opinions given on this podcast. Mixing the varying guests and differing levels of Metal Gear Solid experience creates one of the most insightful, entertaining, enjoyable, enlightening pieces of fan content or fan service for fans by fans ever.
Whoa, dude.
Nice.
Thanks, Sam.
One criticism, not mentioned in the Metal Gear Solid 3 series, was one of my favorite things to do, which was to isolate a guard, shoot out his radio on his chest, and terrorize him until I felt ready to move on. Which is a little crazy.
Whoa.
But I love it. I love it.
I think it's
Sam likes to
great.
play with his food.
He does.
I get it.
One suggestion, would love to see character-based discussion episodes, example of Big Boss story and lore from start to finish, which
Oh, we got
I like the
plenty.
sound
we
of
got plenty
that.
of juice for Sam. He's gonna be
so
excited.
so much juice in the cannon. What? That's not a thing.
Shoot the cannon.
It must be a Seattle.
I love
thing.
it.
Don't
Must
listen
be.
to Sam.
Must be. Mad love from down under Australia.
Oh, shit.
Nice.
Oh, jeez.
Mad love from down. I want to point out that I kind of sounded like I was maybe attempting to do a Australian accent there when I said Australia. I wasn't. That was just me getting excited. Mad love from down under, and keep up the amazing work, lads. 10 out of 10 from me. Excited to hear the rest of the MGS games starting tomorrow from podcast episode 1.
Whoa. Big boy baller.
What the fuck? And he ends it with a
The little codec closing sound.
yeah.
It wasn't Sam slurping spit through a straw.
No, wait, hold on. There you go. That was me slurping.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, so quite a lot of fun stuff to talk about here. One, Sam, I just want to preemptively apologize for the drastic quality decrease that you're going to encounter when starting
wow,
at episode
yeah.
1.
Yeah.
I'm sure that, as a matter of fact, I was going to say, I'm sure that our mentalities and our discussion style have evolved over time, but I'm going to
Hopefully.
let Sam be the judge of that. So,
Yeah.
Sam, you write us a letter whenever you get caught back up, and you let us know if we
How
sounded
we-
like
how-
a bunch of.
I want a hard cut to Alessio puts this episode up, and then he gets a notification in the corner that's like, Sam has revoked his patron.
instantly. Yeah, right. Hey, and if that's the case, like, more power to you.
You know what? No love lost, but
Yep. I
we
also
appreciate you for being you.
I also real quick wanted to camp out on two things. So one of which is we are going to start doing character-based episodes
What?
with the extra ops. And so when we get through all the letters tonight, we're actually going to announce what the next two extra ops are going to be. And along the lines of your half of 5 being securely under your belt, the first extra op, which we're actually going to record right after this, is going to be all built around pro tips for Metal Gear Solid 5. So look forward to that.
It's going to be cool. I got tips. I got tricks.
James is actually a
A fucking expert is what I am.
he's a video game cheat code book from the Scholastic Book
I
Fair.
brought
He's
to
a
life.
sentient human boy.
Somebody had a genie and they had 3 wishes, and all of them were to make myself into a video game cheat book brought to life. It was a waste of wishes in hindsight, but here I am.
I did
Can't
also
reflect on that yet. Now, just keep moving forward.
I did also want to acknowledge that moving forward, we are going to try and enlist some more guests on the show. James and I, as a peek behind the curtain, we're both really busy with the production of a film at the moment.
Boy, oh boy.
But as soon as that gets a little bit further along, I will have way more time to be able to like reach out to guests. Likewise, I think what we're going to do for those is more than likely we'll probably just have interview episodes where we just talk to guests about Metal Gear in general.
Yeah.
But if any of the guests do want to speak up about parts of the game like we had for MGS3 and MGS4, we'll just give them our schedule ahead of time and figure out where they want to
Yeah.
slot in.
It's going to be cool.
So,
Slot in. Skirt.
cool. This next letter comes via email. James, do you want to take this?
Yeah, can you give me an assist with the name? I don't want to.
Oh,
You're the language connoisseur here, and I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. That first name, it's tough on me.
Oh, no. It's Matthew.
Ah,
Are you sure it's not
Matthew.
Matt Hugh?
Rico Bene,
I like that.
coming to you live via email.
Rico Ben. It's either or so CICI is it's funny. So Cici's Pizza in Italian is actually Chi-Chi's. Is actually how you would pronounce it.
So it's
But I think the
Bene.
double C. I think it,
Riciccio Bene?
no, I think it's still Rico Bene, but I have no idea if the double C's make it a cha or a
Oh,
ke.
so instead of like Rico Bene, it'd be like Richa Bene, maybe?
Yeah.
Send
I
another
just-
letter.
Hey,
Let us
Matthew.
know.
Let us know.
Yeah,
Tell
Matt,
me I'm a piece of shit. Let me know.
Hey Matt, do you
Call me names, Matt.
do you pronounce your name with a hard Italian accent, or do you pronounce it in some like weird American accent,
Is it Rico Bene or is it
Be-
Rico Bene?
or do you say just like, "Hey, dude, it's Rico Benny"?
Hello, Matthew Rico Bene.
Rico Bene.
Rockabilly
All right.
Rico Bene.
Yeah, it's actually this is Matthew Rochester, is how you
Yeah,
pronounce
we've got an email from Rockabilly Rico Bene.
Wow. Matthew, I'm sorry.
Keep it rocking, Matt.
This turned into a whole thing. I'm here for you. We're in this together. I'm going to read your letter.
I hope you're laughing and cringing in your car.
Hey,
somewhere,
guys. Matt here.
Matt. You're James. Quit lying.
I'm a longtime Metal Gear.
You're a fucking liar. Longtime Metal Gear podcasting liar.
I'm
is
a
what you are.
longtime unreliable narrator. No. Matthew, he is a longtime Metal Gear fan. And get this is his first email.
ever in the history of email.
It's really, I will say, for your first email, Matthew, very well written. Keep up the good work. Keep practicing. You'll be writing thousands of emails.
Oh,
Nobody's
my
business. It's going to be great. Matthew,
I'm excited for your future, Matt.
Matthew says,
We got a lot of letter to go. Let's.
Matthew says, I'm not a huge fan of MGM. Thank you. I originally found you guys like almost everyone else by searching Metal Gear into the podcast app.
God
Is
bless.
this,
See,
is this
Sam,
a
you're
joke
not alone.
that you guys make?
Yeah, it comes up a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you guys okay? now it's you're gonna pop Metal Gear into the Spotify
Oh, yeah.
app.
Right?
Matt, sadly, I didn't think to do so until I had finished MGS5. So when I found your podcast, you guys had completed 1 through to 4. I was sad to see that I couldn't listen in real time, but it did give me a reason to play all the main titles again on my PS3. I would listen to the appropriate episode while at work, and later that night play that section of the game. It was reinvigorating to listen to your enthusiasm, as it would get me so excited for a game franchise I already had played and loved. And then he lovingly breaks down the games, and this is going to get all in the feels, guys. He talks about Metal Gear Solid. He says, I remember watching my uncle playing when I was young and being so excited at everything in the game, I begged my dad to get it for me. Being so young and having no internet at the time, I found it impossible to beat and didn't do so until many years later. Even though I couldn't beat it, I would play it over to the part where I would get stuck and then do it again. MGS2.
I'd be interested in knowing what that part was.
I would be interested in knowing that too.
So check it out. I had a scratched copy of this game at one point in time, and there was one spot that would always trigger like a glitch.
A glitch?
And I would like hold my breath to see if it would happen or
Oh
not.
my god.
It's specifically the room that you walk into that leads to the hallway where the ninja is killing everybody. For some reason, the room almost looks like it's got like an airlock in it, which
Yeah.
it might. But you walk into this little room, and it just like it would hang. Like Snake would hit the middle of the room, and
would
when
just-
it was supposed to trigger the
Yeah.
sounds of like the fight happening in the other room, it would just like lock up
Oh
permanently.
jeez. That is
So I had a similar experience to this, but it was less not being able to play the game and more just like an issue with the game disc.
that's troublesome. What if he writes back in and he's like, I had a scratch in the same spot on my disc.
What if he's like, I fought that fucking airlock so
Yeah.
many times?
What if he's like, I scratched that disc, Alessio. You got that disc
Oh
for me.
no!
Hey, I also real
That
quick,
airlock is the toughest fucking boss of Metal Gear.
since we're gonna camp out for 2 seconds here, I did want to also say kudos to Matt for being so into this series and so into this podcast that he legitimately would listen to an episode on the drive to
Yeah,
work
right?
and then would come home and play the part of the game.
That's pretty fucking cool.
That's awesome. Thanks for doing that. That's a lot of time,
Solid.
and for me, it brings a sense of pride that you're willing
Yeah,
to
it's
spend
like,
your valuable time
it's,
with us.
It's touching.
Yeah.
Like, obviously I wasn't there, which, like, I'm sorry that your experience wasn't as good as it could have been,
Oh no.
but it's pretty fucking cool.
Jesus.
That, like, you guys, you three, you got to be on this journey with Matt as he played these games. I think that's cool as an observer. I'm gonna.
Hey James, do me
Yeah.
a favor.
Yeah.
I want you to go back and listen to all the episodes you weren't on,
Sure.
and then record responses, and then we'll just cut that.
You should just put it in. Get
yeah,
it.
so it's
get
like
it-
you've been there the whole time.
That is
You
what
know
it
how
would
it's
feel
like. You know how it's like in. You know how it's like. There was a secret doctor the whole time
Yeah,
on Doctor Who. You'll be like
I-
our secret podcast host.
I did not see that going. Where that went.
Oh, welcome to Sam, where Doctor Who's
Yeah.
always in play.
So,
Listen,
I
this
mean,
sounded hateful.
No, I meant I meant that in the best way possible, Sam.
it's
Okay.
good. So moving on to MGS2. Matthew says, like everyone, I was very confused that I was playing as Raiden. But even with that in mind, MGS2 blew my mind with its gameplay and graphics. I love the environments, characters, and story. I played it to death on my PS3. I cherished it so much.
Yeah, Matt actually died and came back to write this letter.
Yeah.
To write his very first email.
It's pretty impressive. I wasn't there, but I heard stories. I heard pray tell. Then MGS3. After being such a huge fan of 2, I found out the release date for 3 and went in and bought it on release day from my game store. I remember my dad refusing to let me pay 110 AU for a game.
Australian dollars.
Man, is
Australian
Matt from
dollars.
Australia too?
Yeah,
Dude,
we got a lot of
What is
Australian
going
listeners.
on in Australia?
This is an Aussie
They
party.
got good taste in podcasts. Tell you what.
Is it because,
party, eh?
Is it because the time zone is so different that like when I'm putting it out, it just happens to be like an
It just
optimal?
populates right away?
Like every Australian's
Good
getting off
question.
of work simultaneously, and they're like, "Hell yeah!"
It's
It-
like I feel
that's
like our
interesting.
podcast in Australia is kind of like how like Eastern European people are like really
Eastern
into old
Europe
80s shows.
Sam said.
Oh yeah, right. What if? So here's the deal. I'm really scared to ever go to Australia now because like,
Why?
what
They're
if
gonna
people
know
are like,
you.
Oh my God, you're
They're
that.
gonna be like,
Metal
oh,
Gear
you're
guy."
that fucking Metal Gear.
You.
You
Can I
are
be
the
real with
Metal
you?
Gear.
You're the metal. You are Metal Gear,
I'm John Metal Gear.
John Metal Gear.
John Metal Gear. Can I
John
be
Cougar
honest with you?
Metal
Like,
Gear.
I have crushing social anxiety, but like, there's a small part of me that like secretly wishes that like somebody will hear me speaking in public and be like,
Yeah.
"That's Sam.
Like, oh,
That's Metal Gear Sam.
That is Metal Gear Sam."
Metal
Yeah, right.
Gear Sam.
Sam. So I think we may have talked about it at some point on this show, maybe. But that totally fucking happened to me in Chicago with Dev Diary.
Yeah.
It was the weirdest
Talked
thing.
about
Yeah,
that.
somebody was wearing, or I was wearing a Crashlands t-shirt, and somebody came up to me and was like, "Dude, Crashlands is dope. Have you seen the documentary series?" And I was like, "I shot the documentary series," and they were like, "What?" It was very weird.
What are the chances?
Yep.
Pretty good.
All right, James.
Yeah,
continue.
Matthew
cool.
continues on. He says, I was confused as to how I was playing Snake again, and some of the gameplay I found hard. I didn't truly figure it all out and really loved it until my second and third playthrough. I love everything about it except for the crazy X-Men powers.
Matt, I think what you meant to say is you love everything about it. Hard stop.
Yeah.
Best Metal Gear.
That sounded
Love
like-
everything about it, especially the crazy
Yeah.
Yeah.
The X-Men
Good,
powers.
good times. And then we've got
and the moon insanity.
the Moon Insanity. We've got MGS4. I originally had a 360 and was unable to play for until a little while later. But the moment I had the money, now working at this age, I picked up a PS4 and MGS4 right away. I'd waited so long and was in love with the series at this point, so in my mind, 4 did no wrong. I understand
Dang.
that's controversial, right? It's it's an opinion not often shared, and I fucking respect you, Matthew, for sharing it.
Yeah. I think listening to the MGS4 season, I think we all had moments that we really enjoyed and moments that we thought were a little stupid.
I remember too. MGS4 was one of my first games on PlayStation 3 as well. It was I got a PlayStation 3 for Christmas, and then I went to GameStop with my dad, and he said you could pick out 3 games, and I picked out MGS4, Burnout Paradise, and Little Big Planet.
Nice.
It was a good spread.
I do want to make a quick correction. So I wrote here, and I think Matt wrote here, and I think James just read here, PS4 and MGS4. It's PS3 and MGS4. I just need you to know that in prepping the show to be on Spotify and everything, I had to go through and double check all the tags. My dumbass tagged every MGS4 episode with a PS4 tag as well. I think it's just your brain. Like you think like MGS4,
Yeah.
PS4. Like I don't.
Can
yeah.
you not play it on PS4?
I don't think there's a way to play it on PS4 unless you use that PlayStation Now.
Damn, what a PS4.
No, you can. It's
not
in the
backwards
HD
compatible.
collection.
Yeah, HD Collection's not on PS4 though, Sam.
It's
Nope.
on PS3.
It's on
Oh
PS3.
fuck yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's not on HD Collection. It's on that Legacy Collection.
Legacy
But that's
is
PS3.
like 16 games.
Legacy.
Like it. So before I continue on, I just want to make a note that I did a dumb mental thing just now where I'm sitting here and I was like, wow, it's really impressive. Like you guys grew up with Matthew. And I was like, he's replaying the games, James. Like he's not. It's not like he was listening to them as they came out, and like this podcast didn't exist, James. You're a fucking idiot, James. Just
Yeah,
continue
that's
reading the
Accelerated
letter,
aging.
James.
Yeah, Matthew just wrote in to let us know that he's been following alongside
That's
us. When there
impressive.
was only one pair of footprints in the sand, it was when we were carrying Matt.
Too true. That one killed
sweet.
Sam. Sam's dead. R.I.P. Sam. And then we move on to Peace Walker. Matthew says, I never owned a PSP, so I hadn't played Peace Walker until I bought the HD collection. It's only a few years ago. I personally like Peace Walker, the least of any of the games because it
The
felt
last.
very limited.
What
Anything
a
I liked in
build-up.
Peace Walker seemed to be President 5, which I prefer to play. But I will be doing a second playthrough now that you guys are covering it. You're going to have fun with that. I think mostly because of the commentary. And then we have MGS5. I love a lot about this game, and yet hate so much as well. Its main mission structure is crap, but the side missions are great. Story's too drawn out, but its main mission beats are awesome. Graphics are beautiful for an open world game. I really wish they had time to finish this game. I'm still not 100% complete. Some of the side missions are very hard. Once I took an entire day off of work so that I could buy this and play it all day.
Hey Matt, why don't you tell us how you really feel next time?
Hey, Matt, we don't have to record MGS5 episodes anymore because
You summed it
just
up.
summed it all up.
You
Yeah,
fucking
that's it.
nailed it.
All right, bye.
I'm
All
Maddie,
right,
just
podcast is
so
over
you
now.
know,
No more.
I'm in the middle of it right now, and I feel the same way. So thank you for reading my mind. Appreciate
Dude.
you.
Now what? Content. Now what are we going to talk about?
Psychic Mantis.
What are psychic mantas? Matthew says, keep up the good work. I'm currently listening through the entire podcast for a second time, and I'm still always entertained.
God bless
Fucking
these people.
Shit.
What?
What?
God
That's
bless these people.
amazing.
God bless you. What did
It,
you say? What did you? God bless you. What?
I said, God bless these people.
Oh, I thought you said God bless you, Steven. I was like, no.
Yeah,
well,
Matthew.
God bless
thanks,
Steven.
Steven.
God bless
Matthew.
you, and God bless Steven.
That's super nice. I apologize that I took your beautiful letter and deprived you of hearing it read by somebody that you've literally been listening to since your childhood. I hope that I did it justice, and I appreciate you.
Gosh.
We've actually been drip feeding this podcast through like a time portal hole that we found.
Hey,
All
before
right.
we move on, y'all mind if I praise Steven real quick?
Jesus.
No, Steven.
Moving forward, Matt Laninovic via Patreon. Matt,
Is that
it
one of the characters from Metal Gear Solid 3?
Yeah, Matt, are you a guard from Metal Gear Solid 3?
There's a lot of Matts listening to this show.
Less offensively, Matt, I hope that it's pronounced that way. Let me try it again seriously. Matt Laninovic, or Laninovic, is a patron as well. So thank you, sir. This is his $5 patron message. So remember,
Whoa.
kids, if you're a $5 patron, I'll read whatever 150-word nonsense you put on here. So Matt says, this is his message. You can tell people to add me on the PSN at Bubbles949 to
good
play
name.
some
That's the
Peace Walker
best.
and whatnot. So thank you, sir. I will be adding you probably this evening as well. And then he says, outside of that, this little aside, which I wanted to put here for us to talk about. Also, I'm sure that you have it all planned out already, but if you need more ideas for shows, there are a few good free fan games that parody Metal Gear Solid. The best I've seen is a game called Merry Gear Solid. It's a
Ooh.
Christmas MGS where you play as Santa.
Does Santa have an eye patch?
He does not. I think I've played this
Yeah?
like a while back. I think it's a Flash game. It's very fun.
Hey, do we have plans for a Christmas special?
So, I think we could totally do it for around Christmas time. So we're actually more than likely going to be covering MGS5 closer to like winter time.
Merry Christmas, y'all.
But I think
Merry Christmas, bitches.
I think what we can do is I really want to do. Originally, we had talked about doing Never Stop Sneaking or whatever. Yeah, is that what it's called?
Yep.
Never Stop Sneaking.
That's what it's called.
And so since this pairs really well with that, I think we'll do a whole season on parody games. And we'll just have to figure out the best way to make that all work. It might be like by whole season. I'm using like very dramatic terminology. It's probably going to be like 3 episodes.
Yeah.
So it'd probably be like 1 multi-game episode, 1 Never Stop Sneaking episode, and then like 1 listener response episode. But yeah, so that's coming. So we'll keep you posted. But I think as Sam just alluded to, it might be fun to do it around Christmas. So that's what we will do, I think.
Merry Christmas.
Yes, that's preemptive Merry Christmas. Isaac, do you want to be fueled? Do you want to be powered?
Isaac,
Give me
Isaac,
fuel.
you ready for Duncan duty?
All right.
Also, Cole Duncan is always on point with the Facebook likes and the comments. So thank you, Cole.
Thanks,
To spoil who's coming.
Cole.
So sorry. Thank you, Cole.
Before we
Thanks
move
a lot.
on to Cole,
Bless
so
you.
This
I
Duncan
wanna,
train runs on Cole, goddammit.
Before we move on to this, so we've had 2 Matts in this. We got so many Matts.
Yeah, we got a lot of Matt.
Yeah.
I want all of the Matts. My goal for this podcast is have every Matt listening to it.
How many mats?
Yeah, how many?
All of them.
Can we get Matthew Campbell in here too?
Can we?
Shit.
Please.
I think we already do. So James, you have not been privy to this ongoing, long-standing joke.
Can we do an
I'm
extra op like about Matt Campbell?
I think we do need to do an entire extra about Matt
Is that
Campbell.
person
so we'll
or
save
character?
it. It's
Neither.
It's anything
Both?
you want it to be.
A legend.
He's an idea
legend.
more than anything.
Yeah, and
Isaac fucking kills
Liquid
me.
Metal Mike brought him into our universe.
You say Liquid Metal Mike?
Yeah, he's a
That's-
listener.
that's-
That's not a Metal Gear character.
That's you could fucking could be.
But how great if it was?
He's my Metal Gear character. I will always. If there's whenever we do the Metal Gear Online episode for MGS5, I'm gonna create Liquid Metal Mike, I think, as my avatar.
I'm gonna be Matt Campbell.
Perfect. Okay, well that's
Anyway.
yeah, that's it. So Isaac, dive on in here. Duncan.
Yeah, sure.
Duncan dive.
Duncan.
this
Coal
is-
powered Duncan train rolling into the station, baby.
Cole. Duncan.
Coal train.
Via Patreon, he says, "Hey guys, love the past few episodes on Peace Walker. Just wanted to drop a question for the mailbag episode.
Perfect.
Is that the cue?
Yep, he dropped it. I'm just gonna cue
All right,
the sound of an
good.
envelope hitting the ground.
Wait. What about this? I'm gonna do some Foley work here.
All right.
Perfect. I love it.
There we go.
All right, here goes. Metal Gear Solid has been my favorite game series since I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
It's also been the source of so many emotional moments that I got to share with my best friend who sadly
no.
just passed away. Crap, dude.
I'm sorry, Cole.
I'm sorry. This goes out to your best friend.
Pour one out.
I'm sorry. I'm doing hand motions, but can't see those. I can remember both of us actually shedding a tear at, spoiler alert, the end of MGS4 when Solid Snake places the gun in his mouth and fires.
Oh.
Question for you guys. What is the most emotionally charged moment for each of you in the series? Keep up the good work. You're pretty good.
Thanks, Cole. So first and
Yikes.
foremost, thank you for sharing that with us.
Mm-hmm.
Secondly, I definitely want to show this moment the respect that it deserves. So I just wanted to say we're sorry for your loss, and hopefully it was not under terrible, terrible circumstances. But anytime that somebody passes at, I'm assuming, a younger age, it's never great. So I think we've unfortunately all kind of felt how you feel right now, Cole.
Mm-hmm.
So here's to you, and thanks for listening through tough times. But yeah, emotional moments. I want to mention one because I don't think Isaac is aware of it. The first time I beat MGS3 and legitimately cried during the salute when Big Boss is saluting the boss's grave, it was at Isaac's house.
Ooh.
And Isaac was asleep.
Oh no.
And I was beating Metal Gear Solid 3 with headphones on a tiny television in
my
his
God.
bedroom.
That's amazing.
So that was my most emotional moment. It happened like at Isaac's feet, like in his childhood home.
Can't believe you didn't tell me this, man.
Yeah, it was real good, man. It was like the first time I think I ever cried playing a video game.
Dang.
I mean,
That's
I wasn't
pretty-
like blubbering, but I definitely was like a teary-eyed
Yeah.
boy.
I'm gonna be honest. I think so. So I've got a recent example and one that I've always held like in pretty high esteem. Which the recent example, honestly, the playing through Peace Walker for the first time, that scene that we discussed about where you had to press the button to kill the boss and then press the button to kill the boss's horse.
Oh yeah.
Immediately after, that fucking got to me real bad. So that was a very kind of like in a game filled with tense emotional moments. I think that one was really kind of like
Yeah.
very
That was a
direct
huge
and-
build up for
and-
it.
Yeah, for sure,
Yeah.
poignant and just kind of like right there. The main one for me though, I think, is probably in MGS4, towards the end where Snake's crawling through the microwave corridor. And you have all these like cutaways of the team essentially getting fucking wrecked while he's losing strength and trying
yeah.
to claw his way to the end. To
He's
do
QTEing his ass off.
do his final mission. And I think that's probably way up there
Yeah.
for me.
That's a good one.
I want somebody to be like when Running Man went down in Metal Gear Solid 2 or in Metal Gear 2 on the MSX2.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I think
I got really emotional when that one guy said that he feel asleep.
Oh yeah, I feel
I
asleep.
feel asleep. What were you saying, Alessia?
Oh no, nothing. Go ahead, James.
Yeah, I was gonna say like I think like mine. It's kind of like a toss up right now. I'm in the middle playing 5. I'm not gonna talk about that one, but one would be the ending of Ground Zeroes, which I won't like get into specifics because we haven't talked about it yet. But like the ending of Ground Zeroes just like made me feel that, like a big change was coming for my friends, and that made me melancholy. But like emotionally, like the fucking when in Peace Walker when Snake's just like pulling out the AI cores and crying because he's like killing the boss again,
For the 17th
For, like-
time.
just like really, really got me. When boss cries, I cry. You know?
I think we all do. I think the world cries when Big Boss cries.
Oh boy.
I do want to say, James, there's one like really killer moment in 5 as well, which
Maybe.
I won't talk about. If you let me after off the air, you let me know what yours is, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will just to piggyback off of what James just said about his friends. For along those lines, the first time I saw the trailer for Ground Zeroes, I was at Kristen's parents' house, and I had heard that an MGS5 trailer leaked, and I like went into the guest room to watch it, like on my phone.
Oh my goodness!
And just like all the hair on my body was just standing up, just
bet.
looking at those fucking dogs barking in the rain.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "This is gorgeous." And then when the music started, I was just like, I was like, I'm fucking like, I was so jaded after MGS4 that when that happened, I was like, Kojima, take me home.
Kojima,
Just like take me home.
I love that.
But no, I agree. I think Ground Zeroes, unfortunately, is this like flag waving in the wind that's like Peace Walker Halcyon days are gone.
Yep.
And it's like, no,
That's exactly
my
that.
family. But Isaac, continue. I'm sorry, I didn't mean
Man.
to cut you off.
You guys, you didn't cut me off at all.
Perfect.
I don't
Sorry,
think I
I'm getting
even started.
emotional.
I haven't started Ground Zeroes yet, so I'm preparing for that mentally. Let's see. Emotional. What?
Isaac's actually a replicant. He can't feel.
What is
Isaac,
emotion?
so I mean, and truth be told,
Give
this
me
is
emotion.
well, this is interesting because like Isaac, the entirety. So I found out the other day that the first episode that we ever aired of this show, I believe, was November of 2016 or something, which is crazy. That means the show's
Good
been
year.
on for 2 years.
Yeah.
Isaac, in 2 years, you've gone from never having played a single Metal Gear to having played like nearly all of them.
That's true.
So, like, were there any standout moments that you were just like, "Oh fuck, like this is big," or have you just sort of felt like, "Ah, these are video games"?
No, I mean, I think what Sam said, and this is probably everybody's cop-out answer, but
Wow, way to throw Sam under the bus.
no, I'm just saying, like,
Jeez.
I
Wow,
didn't mean
some
to
true
jab
fan
at
I am.
Sam. This is more
Fucking
jab at
cop-outs
me.
for days.
This is on me for not being able to come up with a better response, I feel like. But probably in MGS3 when the whole build-up between you and Big Boss is just... or the boss. And then when at the end, the last scene when you're in the fields, and then you have to like literally pull the trigger on and shoot her while she's laying there. Just kind of when it happened for the first time, it kind of made me like really feel something. I don't know what, but it just made me emotionally charged at that moment, which video games usually don't have that big of an impact on me, but I feel like that one really kind of pushed me over when it happened.
Yeah. I mean, I guess you could call that a cop-out answer, but I think it's a good answer.
Yeah, I mean, I think
Yeah.
I think to give that the kindest reading, I think it just means that scene was so powerful that
Yeah.
everybody cites it
Right.
as like the big.
It's a powerful scene.
I feel like in a weird way, it's almost like Kojima hit like his emotional peak with that game, and ever since then has been just like kind of like
Chasing that dragon.
pointing back at it, saying, "Hey,
Yeah.
remember that time I did that thing?"
Yeah, remember that time it made you feel really deep
and
things?
it's like, oh shit, yeah. I will say along those lines, along the sort of general video game emotional empathy lines that Isaac just mentioned. I was listening to I was reading a Twitter feed today, and I can't remember who it was, but they were just talking about just in general how social media tends to respond to bad news involving games journalism.
Yeah.
It's always like they're either very empathic and like very sensitive, or they're very, very fucking like, how dare you have feelings, go to hell and die.
Right.
And he said that if he had all the time in the world, he would write a book about how there are two types of people who love video games. There are those that are extremely it's easy for them to empathize with the pixels on the screen.
Yeah.
And they have to be in order to like feel emotion looking at pixels on a screen.
Right.
And then there are those that are just trying to escape their shitty reality, and they want to take that frustration out on other people.
Yep.
And I thought that was extremely compelling. And I think that it's super cool that like all of the fans who listen to this show seem to be sort of in that former camp where they're like
Yeah. They
very
get it.
kind people
Yeah.
who like are very kind to each other. So thank you for listening and being
It's a
kind
good community.
people.
You know, it's small, but like, y'all got good fans.
Thanks, Metal Gear
Hey,
Metalheads.
hey, James.
What?
They're your fans now.
Every fan the light touches is yours.
But what about that shadowy place? Oh, that's the Survive episode. We don't go there.
Those are Cameron fans.
God.
Damn.
No shade. We don't talk about Cameron.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm gonna have to censor this episode.
I pull off a mask. I am Cameron.
Oh no!
It's
This whole time.
it's the end of. Never mind.
Oh no.
All right. Well, cool.
Can I throw out one quick thing too?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I think the end of like the tail end of 4, where just Big Boss is
yeah.
back.
Oh yeah.
What a just like a very long cutscene, but I think like that moment where you realize is like, okay, they've waited until the end of these credits to show there's a voice actor for Big Boss, but is it why? And archival footage, what's going? And then you see him, and it's insane.
Yeah. I described the end of Metal Gear Solid 4 to James,
I'm super fucking excited.
and I was just like, dude, like, truth be told, like, the first time I beat MGS4 and I realized that like the whole game is essentially just Big Boss versus Zero. Boiling the entire plot of all of the games down to 2 friends having a disagreement, like, legitimately, like, made me very sad.
Yeah.
And I was just like, that's wild that this entire game series is just like 2 friends having a falling out.
As Alessio was telling me that, I was like, wow, what a glimpse into our future.
Oh,
Very
no.
excited to play
Oh
with you.
no! Well, which one of you is Zero? Which one of you is Big Boss?
Good question.
We'll let history decide.
Yeah.
Sick.
Great. Yeah, so before we do this 2.0 sign off thingamajig, before we cut into the actual sign off, whether or not we thank these people on the original recording, I'm just gonna have to find out in editing. Sorry guys. We just want to thank our patrons real quick. So I will start from the top, and if you guys want to round robin this sucker,
Yeah.
Kyle Schulke, thank you, sir.
Nice. We got Sam Whitaker.
Whoa,
Oh
Sam.
yeah. Oh man, I'm on Duncan duty. We got Cold Duncan.
Sweet baby boy.
We got a Devin Reed.
Woo!
We have Devin
Birdman,
Reed.
Birdman.
Matt Smith.
We got Jack Keating, baby.
Joshua Wiley.
Was that a Smash Bros character?
It's pretty great. Jamie Christopher.
Oh,
Oh,
Then we got one more.
We got Matt
Matt Leninovic.
Laninovic.
Yeah.
Leninovic.
And
a lot of people we heard from on this episode.
A lot of people we heard from.
Yeah, I just wanted
Thanks,
to give
guys.
a quick extra shout out, which I think we actually gave to in the original episode, which you'll find out if it's doubled up here in a second. To our good boy Dave Lidens.
Yeah. We definitely did that exact thing.
Because I just want to put this out there. He is no longer a patron of ours,
No.
but it's because Dave's starting a family. You
What?
guys?
Yeah,
That's
And
awesome.
like buying a house and stuff.
Hell
So,
yeah.
like,
yeah,
Buy the
David.
yeah, so I just wanted to say thanks for listening. He's gonna keep writing into the show. He's gonna keep listening.
That's
but
great.
He
Yeah,
just
it's
said
not
he
like
had
he's gonna
poll
stop
his
listening to
supporter.
the podcast. Yeah,
Um,
expanding that Lydden Leiden family,
Yeah,
and we love it.
yeah. We're gonna have a little lid.
A little future.
Little
jam
Little
listener.
Lydden Leiden.
Oh
But
man.
yeah. So thank you for sharing that with us and not just pulling the plug and not telling us why. So I really appreciate
So,
it. And it's
so
awesome.
just for the record, Sam, Alessio, Isaac, and James are all free as names.
This is true.
If you want to, you can just do all 4.
Yeah. That'd be great. If your name is Alessio and you listen to this show, can you just please write in and just say hey, and that's it? Because I just want to know that there are more of me out there.
More of me out.
Apparently, there are a lot of me in New Zealand and Australia. So,
Wow.
and the only other Alessio that I know is in Australia. So please tell me Australia.
And the only Alessio in video games is in Final Fantasy 15.
That's
Ooh.
true. That's absolutely true. Well, very cool. All right, so now back to the regularly scheduled programming. Oh, Spotify. Just tell your friends. I just want to say that. So if you don't want to give us money, just tell your friends to listen to us.
Tell them.
Just tell them. Just tell that.
Run.
All right.
Skirt.
As we mentioned on last week's episode, coming up is Metal Gear Goes to the Movies. We're going to be watching Terminator, Blade Runner, the original Gojira, and Escape from New York and talking about how movies influence Kojima and what things from these movies end up in all of his fucking games. And then after that, we're going to be doing Spooky Month. We're going to be playing some Silent Hills, some PTs, talking about scary Metal Gear stuff. And yeah, if you want any of these episodes early, if you want to listen to our patron-only show, consider backing us at least $2 on patreon.com/Metal Gear Mondays. And you can also support us by going to bit.ly/MGM store. Is that right, Sam?
Yeah, bit.ly/MGM store. I want to dwell on this for a second. I have a bone to pick.
Okay.
So, first of all, a couple episodes ago, we shouted out people who have bought stuff on the store, who have posted their stuff. If you go to bit.ly/MGM store, we've got shirts, we've got hoodies, we've got mugs, we've got stickers, we've even got a pillow that has it's just a box on it.
Just a single pillow.
And literally everything is, when I priced everything out, I made everything as cheap as I could possibly make it while still making money. So, we're passing the savings on to you, but I want to talk in particular about one very special piece of merchandise. It means a lot to me. We received a request when we originally posted on the Facebook page that we had a merch store from one Joshua Wiley, who said,
"We're just naming names, baby, pointing fingers."
I'm naming names. Joshua Wiley said that there needs to be an Old Sam sticker based on a joke that I made on the last episode that we had before our hiatus, and who has only appeared as a character on our show 1.5 times. But I'm a man of the people, and I made this thing, and I made it into a sticker and a mug, and then I posted it, and then Joshua Wiley responded, "OMG," or Irma Gerd, Old Sam merchandise, and I was very happy that he was happy, and as I aim to please. I can see the analytics on these motherfuckers. Not one of those Old Sam things have sold. And I wouldn't have been upset about that if it had been something that I originally intended to put in the store. But Josh, you gotta buy a sticker, my dude. I put a
Yikes.
lot of blood. It's $3. Buy a sticker.
Come on, bruh. But yeah, cool. Or don't. It's totally up to you.
Or don't. Literally, I don't actually give a shit, but come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
And honestly, too, if you guys don't have any money and you don't want to buy T-shirts, because God knows I've got 100 of them, or if you don't want to support us on Patreon, just consider writing us a nice iTunes review or sharing us with a friend. It should be way easier to share soon. I swear it will soon happen that we're going to get the show up on Spotify, and apparently we're not showing up on Google Play. So, which is nuts to me. So hopefully converting over to Buzzsprout will enable us to be on every possible fucking platform all easily. And so we'll keep you guys posted whenever that migration happens, but nothing should change on anyone else's end. It will use the exact same RSS link that it has been using. But we're getting into doing some really cool shit. I'm really excited for literally all of the future episodes of this show. So we're going to make sure that we get the episodes taken care of properly and on the feeds of your choice. So anyway, where can people find people online?
James Wrightmuth. Twitter, James Wrightmuth. JamesWrightmuth.com. James Wrightmuth everything. Find me, talk to me, don't talk to me, whatever you want to do.
Sam is Sanjul, SANJUUL on Twitter. And yeah, I tweet funny things there. So follow me on that. And I love you.
You can find me at AC Summerfield on Twitter, anywhere. Just AC Summerfield, look it up. And you can go to acsummerfield.com to check out some other stuff.
Check it out. Isaac Lim, that's my name. Doesn't have a twit. I don't tweet funny stuff, just so you know.
Yeah, or you don't tweet at all.
That is true too. Should
Maybe
I tweet?
Man.
Yay.
Try to sometime.
Okay.
When you get a chance. But yeah,
Yeah.
Cool.
If you don't mind.
What was that? I'm confused. What's happening?
No, I just said try to if you can, if you don't
yeah.
mind.
Yeah.
It's not a bother. Sir.
Sorry to bother you guys.
Whoa, guys, just that reminded me. Go see the movie Sorry to Bother You. It's fucking awesome.
I need to go see it. I'm planning on it.
It's so good.
But yeah, cool. Thank you guys. I'm sure that I will be posting like a madman about an Indiegogo for a short film project soon. So please keep your eyes peeled for that. Much love. One love. Snake love. Dog bless. Box
Papa bless.
stuff. Boxes. Is box. Box.
Boxing. Boxing. Mike. Box.
It's just a box.
Just a box.